Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. We're out here at the Avon Park Aero Modelers Club. We're going to take up the Arrows Rc F-86. I'm running a 2700 4S Superior battery, a little bit bigger than what the plane normally calls for, but 2200 really is more better. But that's what I'm running today. So this plane has the different levels. It has self-leveling, where it'll right the plane. It has no gyro, and then it has optimized mode. The AS3X, or the self-level, is called stability. The no gyro, I think, is called dynamic, and then the optimized mode, which is the same thing as AS3X, that's called optimized mode. So, and the way you can always tell if a gyro is working right, if you put your fingers on the control surface, and the control surface should move towards the direction that you're pushing the plane. So if I go up, the elevator should go towards my fingers, as it does. If I go, this is how you test a gyro. If you want the rudder, it should turn. If I'm going to turn the rudder this way, the tail this way, the rudder should go against my fingers, and it does. I'm going to push this aileron up. The aileron should go against my fingers, and it does. So that way I know that everything works right. My rates today are going to be high rates, which are 100% throws over 15% expo. I like either 15 or 20% expo in all my jets. That just seems to work out the best for me. Motor on. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's get turned around here. Let me get over here next to my camera baby. Got a little bit of a wind today, so we're going to be having to land. If you look at the runway now, the far left corner, I'm going to put the jet down there. That's where I'm going to be having to try to set the jet down at that corner there, and then angle back towards the road. So don't need any flaps, so here we go. Now, in the 64 millimeter class, Arrows makes two of them. They make this one, the F-86, and they make the Marlin. Okay, back towards us a little bit, then back towards the clubhouse. With this one is their scale F-86, and the other one, of course, is the Marlin. If you're looking for something more scale, then this is a good choice.
Landing flaps.
It'll come right towards us, then turn towards the runway. Okay, that was horrible. That was 3 landings for the price of 1. Let's try to redeem ourselves. I'm going to have to swing out a little closer to the sun this next time and bring in more at an angle. Okay, here we go. This time when we land, we won't use any flaps. That was actually much better. But anyways, your two choices in the 64 millimeter class is the Marlin and this one here. If you want the sport jet look, choose the Marlin. If you want a scale military look, then choose this one, the F-86. Both of them are $199. They both feature the Vector stabilization system.
Time remaining 2
Yeah, that wind is just pushing her right on over. I think I'm gonna have to land on the other side of the runway because I'm getting pushed over to this side closest to us. All right, let's try this again. I'm determined to get a good greaser landing. Here we go. Out towards the highway. That was much better. Tokyo slide. All right. Take her up again. This time we'll do a fast pass. Right down, be into the wind, so it won't be as fast as it could be. But we'll go right down the runway as if in the same landing approach. All right, here we go. Out towards the road. Now you're not going to be able to see how fast she can go. Here we go, fast, we're going to go fast. All right, now.
Landing flaps.
Got our landing flaps in.
Time remaining 1 minute.
Not too bad. We got 1 minute left, so we can go around again.
Flaps up.
And then we'll talk about the plane. Got on the center line here, and here we go. I'm not using any takeoff flaps because I'm going into a wind. I just don't need them.
Landing flaps. Flaps up.
No flaps landing this time because she slows down just fine. Now you would get a little more speed with her if you took the tanks off. I just really like the way the tanks look. However, very detrimental. I have a hard time with her big brother, the big free wing 80 millimeter. I had the tanks on her and that cross reef killed me. So, prop secured. On your audio callouts, you have on these NX and these DX radio that have audio prompts, you have a choice between motor on, motor off, or you can have motor on and then prop secured. I advise you to choose prop secured for motor off because motor on, motor off, they sound so close to each other and things are going on, you got distractions, you know, you think you turned the motor off, you didn't hear the audio call out, you hit the plane and the prop cuts your finger off or part of your hand. Prop secured sounds distinctly different and will signal your brain, or more easily signal your brain to realize my prop is off. Just make sure the audio prompts match the actual action. All right, that's my little rant there. My only mod to the plane, and I don't even remember if it's a mod or not, is I put a piece of tape right there to pull that battery hatch off. And I think I did that. I recommend that because otherwise you got to dig at that hatch with your fingernails and you're going to just mar up your paint. It's either just to grab that tape mod there and pull your hatch up. Now this, if you look at the, let me know when you have the battery bay. Wonderful camera lady. All right, now I've got an AR620. You're going to need a 6-channel receiver because they don't make 5-channel receivers. You're going to need at least 5 channels, but you're going to get you an AR620 is the perfect receiver for this plane. Right beside that, that blue area, that's the vector stabilization system. Everything is labeled there. You just plug everything into your AS3X as a label. You'll see one that says S-Bus or stability. It'll have a different it usually says S-bus or something like that. You're going to plug that into where you normally would put in your gear. You don't have retracts, okay? So you're going to put that into channel 5 or aux 1 on your Spectrum receiver, channel 5, where you normally, channel 5 where you normally would have gear. And then you can put it on A, but I would, instead of A, I would pick a 3-position switch, because one position, whichever way you set it up, is going to have self level, which is that right there. And then you have the next one is going to be direct mode or no gyro, so you have no kind of help at all. And then you got optimized mode, which is like AS3X. Okay. See, this right there is no gyro at all. There's the gyro, and there's the self level. But that's where I've got the 2700. Now, if I had a 2200, I would go almost all the way forward and have it right there in the middle of them straps, and she'll bounce CG just right for you there. Tongue and groove on the battery hatch. You've got cheaters on both sides, and then a big cheater on the bottom. Now these, if I remember right, yeah, okay, cool. I didn't realize that. These tanks I thought they glued them. But as you can see, you can easily take them off and get a little better performance. But I like them on there for the simple reason, on this small of a plane, you know, it gives some protection to the underside of the wing. And they're the simple lock in place, they slide back. Now, my negatives on the plane. Personally, I would like to see the canopy painted black instead of silver or clear. I do not like, you know, you can easily see the servos. That's just me. I'd rather see them painted over or had a structure around them. But I don't like the chicken wire gear. You can easily, I'm sure you can upgrade those to a suspension gear. But you know, the FMS 64 millimeter comes with suspension gear, and it's $20 cheaper, and is actually faster and has all the same features as this one, and bigger. I would like to see that. I'd also like to see a plastic structure on the underside here, because every time you set this model on the ground, lots of times you land, you hit that thing, and look at how my is getting all marred up with black. So that's my negatives, but those are very minor. The plane flies great, performs great. It's not intimidatingly fast. Now, if I would have brought it back with the wind, it would have had the tanks off. It'd gone along pretty quick. But you know, if you're looking for your first beginner jet and you want something that's scale, it's not that intimidating, this is a great selection. Okay, folks, this is the Arrows F-86 or Sabre. Check the battery. Oh yes. You can get it at Hobby Zone. That's where I got this one from. I think it's about the only place you can get in the United States, where you can get Arrows products, is at Hobby Zone. 45% after flying a full 3.5 minutes. So that's not bad at all. So you could definitely get a good 4 minutes solid out of there. Well, there you go, folks. That's the F-86 from Arrows. If you want this plane, I don't have the hatch on all the way. If you want this plane, go to the link that'll be in the description of this video. Find the Arrows, find the F-86 in the Arrows category on the Hobby Zone website. Put this plane in your basket, and then you'll see a little coupon field on the right. Put in there, all caps, FGFRC, FGFRC, that stands for Fat Guy Flies RC, and you can take $10 off the price. Hey, I'm gonna feel it helps me out, it'll help you save a little bit of money, and you get a great plane. We all win. Folks, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God bless y'all, and don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and then Sabres.